Hey, really quick video to present the scrot tool on Linux, which is a very cool minimal utility to take screenshots from the command line. So no UI or anything involved. You just well, you can install it by saying pacman s scrot or whatever your pacman your package manager is, and then you can just say scrot like so, and you see that it took a screenshot and put it in the current directory. And so, yeah, if you we can look at the screenshot. Well, I have a big screen, but you get the point. It takes the whole screen by default, like so. It also has some nice cropping capability. So -S or -select will maybe you can see my cursor is now a little cross, and I can just select an area on the screen and just now the second screenshot is this one. Yeah, you can see that it took that instead, just the cropped version. You can also select a window. So if you say window, and then you need to specify a window, and I think for that you need to use another tool, unfortunately. I think it's something like this, if I remember correctly. And so that will take a screenshot of the current selected window. And so if I open that up, I would guess this. Yeah, well, I guess it doesn't look like much since it looks like exactly what I was showing you before. But anyway, it has those capabilities. And if you look a bit at the man page, you can see that it has a bunch of other cool options, like you can have a countdown, like if you need to do some manual setup before taking your screenshot, you can set a countdown. You can specify which display to use. If you have multiple displays, you can execute a command on the image right after it was saved, which is quite handy. I discovered apparently a tool in this man page where you can reduce the file size of a PNG image without losing any data, which is quite nice. So you can do that by default and reduce the size right after you took the screenshot. There's a file option which allows you to specify the file format, so you can specify the date, the size, the dimensions of the image, and all sorts of useful information to generate the file name automatically. There is, I think, oh yeah, I mean, there is the basic quality, and lower there is the compression to control the quality of the image. The select that I just showed you, there is you can automatically generate a thumbnail for the image by specifying like a percentage of the size, and then it will generate automatically a smaller image for you. The window that I just show, also very annoying by default. Well, maybe not on this computer, but on the computer that, like the ThinkPad, they like that have this beep feature, whatever. By default, like when you take a screenshot, it will beep, which is quite annoying. So you can you can remove that. And yeah, that's about it. I personally made a little script for it. So local bin screenshot prompt. And it's just a thing that, so when I press the keyboard shortcut, like Windows Super A in my case, I get a little prompt where I can pick like, do you want to take a cropped screenshot and give it to the clipboard, or do you want to put it in a file? Do you want the window, or do you want full screen, and so on. So if I say crop file, I'm able to select an area directly, and it will put it in a specific directory on my computer, which is really handy. So yeah, here I have just a little wrapper where this is how I use the tool to reduce the PNG size. It's called OptiPNG, and yeah, you can just specify it in the -e, like I mentioned in the man page. Otherwise, it's pretty classic. I think the only cool thing about this is that you can actually pass it to xclip so that's what puts the image in your clipboard. And so the way you do it is you say scrot, and then you need to specify a single dash, and so that will mean that will tell scrot to output the image on the standard output instead of saving it to a file. And then you can just pipe it into xclip, and you will be able to paste it in a chat with a colleague or something, which is quite useful. For the window selection thing, it's this xdo command that I showed you earlier. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, if you ever need to take quick screenshots without a headache, that's the tool to use. And yeah, hope you learned something. See you!